Hello, everyone. So, I figured I'd post this. It's actually been heavy on my heart for, about a month. I'll try to go through this quickly. Um, for years and years and years, I've been hearing people say Jesus is coming back soon. And I always giggle about it. Like, I don't know, man. Um, and they'll bring up Matthew 24 to me. But there will be wars and rumors of wars and famines and earthquakes. Yes, but this is only the beginning of birth pains. And I know there's been earthquakes and famines and wars for hundreds, thousands of years. And then they bring up, well, many false prophets will appear. Yes, this has also been happening for thousands of years. But at the end, Jesus says two things. If possible, they will deceive even the elect, which is God's chosen people. But that's not what catches my attention. What catches my attention is the last thing Jesus says. And he explains, he says, the love of most will grow cold, but whoever stands firm till the end will be saved. And now I'm starting to wonder myself if it's possible that Jesus may be coming back soon. And it's because of that one statement he makes, the love of most will grow cold. So I sat here and I thought about this for a few weeks, actually. I'm like, what does this look like? The love of most growing cold. And, well, when we try to actually love someone accordingly nowadays, the way Jesus would, we're known as being hateful or insensitive just because we speak truth in love. But it's not just that. I'm sitting here and I'm thinking to myself, if someone were to love themselves, not in a good, holy, righteous way, but just be lovers of themselves, like Paul explains, in the end they will become lovers of themselves. What does that look like? And I sat on that and I started thinking, well, they would probably keep all their money to themselves. You know, they would be self-centered. They would be just thinking about themselves, all this stuff. But then I thought of something. I thought, and I prayed about this, and I made sure that my heart is in the right place, and this is not coming out of bitterness or frustration or anything like that. But I thought to myself, is it possible that loving yourself is also like self-centered, self-conceited? Because in 1 Corinthians 13, it explains love is not self-seeking, which means it's selfless. So it doesn't think of oneself. So the picture here, I have a picture of Paul's prison cell where he was getting beaten daily, actually. And he was given the bread of affliction, which means just enough food to survive. And yet, he somehow manages to write to the Philippians, Corinthians, Romans, Timothy. And it got me thinking about how many people actually message someone every day or whenever they're brought to mind, or like the person comes to your mind or comes to your heart, your thoughts and feelings. So if I think of, we'll say, give an example, Jason. If I think of Jason, would I message him, or am I too caught up in my own stuff to actually message someone just to see how they're doing? And that was actually really heavy on my heart. I'm like, I don't think a lot of people are spending the time to message other people to say hello, to see how they're doing. I think they're too caught up in their own stuff and what's going on. But going back to Paul, if Paul is beaten every day, given the bread of affliction, and yet somehow manages to write to the Corinthian church, the Ephesians, the Romans, the Galatians, Timothy, why aren't we doing that? I mean, what's our excuse? So those are just my thoughts. I'm trying to make this quick. I really, really hope everybody listens to this and prays on it and takes it into strong consideration. I believe it's food for thought. Anyhow, I'll leave it at that. I hope you're all doing well, and I will record probably within the next 2 weeks.